it's Nikki from Nikki's Cake Art, and today I am making a hamburger cake. And so I've done a lot of prep work, and we've got some stuff ready for you today. All right, so let's get started. First, I'm going to airbrush this cake. This is one of my buns. And let me know if the music is too loud. I'm going to test my color. Good, okay. Okay, we're gonna go to a darker color now. I'm gonna add some brown. I don't like this brown. I'm going to add a little orange. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's see here. I think I've got a decent bun color. I'm happy with it. Okay, we have our bottom bun. I cut off the little rim of fondant here because nobody really likes to eat fondant and you can't see that anyway. We're out of color. I think we're good with that. Okay, so hi Janae. This flavor cake is just vanilla. This is actually for my husband's work. There's a barbecue, and they typically just like vanilla, keeps it easier. It's a happy flavor. Just about everyone likes vanilla. So I'm just setting aside the airbrushing stuff. We're all done with that. I also covered my surface with saran wrap because it gets everywhere. So we can get rid of that. And now I have my first patty. We are going to cover that with brown fondant. So let's get back over here. And I'm going to wash my hands because I always wash my hands in between tasks, so bear with me in one moment. Got some cornstarch here. I prefer cornstarch over confectioner sugar. It's just a personal preference. Gives me a silkier surface, I think. I need my fondant a bit. Hi Eric, so glad you can join me on your lunch break. Let me turn it so it's a little. I like to spin it around while I'm rolling it so that it rolls it more evenly. Okay, a little bit thinner. Sometimes you get these itty bitty air bubbles. I'm going to pop them. I have a teeny sewing needle. You probably can't even see it. Okay. I'm trimming it big around it and giving myself space because I'm going to flip it upside down to fold it under. Because of the nature of this cake, with it being stacked, I wouldn't want anyone to see the seam at the bottom. Hi Enrique! I am making a 3D hamburger. So this right here is a hamburger patty. All right, so I just flipped it upside down. So now I'm going to fold it under. Okay, so I have this little ball of tin foil that I'm going to use to texture the hamburger patty. So I'm just going to press it . Hi Tracy, thank you for joining me. Okay, got a new board. All right, I'm gonna keep texturing. Get a little sugar shaper. I'm just going to poke it just for a little more texture. So now, to give my hamburger, hi Laura, to give my hamburger a little more texture, I'm going to take some black airbrush. I get this a little wet. Got some clean water here. And I'm gonna brush around. I'm gonna hold this up, might be easier to see. It's gonna come on a little strong, and then I'm gonna go back around to wipe it off. Janae, my little helper is taking a nap. That's why I scheduled it at 2 so that he'd be asleep. Okay. So it's a little strong. So I'm going back around to just wipe it off, rub it in. This isn't much different than how you would antique a dresser or any other wood thing. Just making sure that I tucked it under so I'm getting that bottom side there. Hi Patrice, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Okay, I'm just gonna dab it. All right, now I'm gonna set it aside for now. The last thing I'm gonna do before we actually start stacking it is making cheese slices. So my cake is 7 inches. I have 2 patties. I already put fondant on one before we started. So I need 2 cheese slices. I couldn't do these ahead of time because I want them to droop over the patties instead of being flat and weird. And I'm generally not concerned about it being a perfect square, so I'm just gonna, usually if I need it perfect, I'll have a ruler up against here, but this is something that I can just play with. So I'm gonna make a 7-inch square. If I need to make it smaller, which I might, then I can make it smaller, but I can't make it bigger. So that's why I'm starting bigger than I want, or bigger than I'll think I'll want. Okay, I'll set that aside and do one more. I hope so. I hope this is enough on it. We'll see. Okay. Okay, now let's cut another 7-inch square. Four, five, six, 7. All right, this one's a little bit smaller. We will make it work. We will. All right. So now since this cake is for my husband, he'll be able to bring the plate back. So instead of using cardboard and making it look nice, I'm using this nice, what do you call it? You know, serving tray thing, but it looks like a plate. So then I'll have a large looking plate and then a large looking hamburger and fries. But I did forget, I left all my little pieces in the other room. I'll be back 2 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so here I have, yes, Sean, they are magnetic spice holders on my fridge. All right, so here I have some fondant tomatoes, onions, which I made a little tutorial of yesterday, and then this is wafer paper lettuce. I found this really handy tutorial on YouTube on how to make this lettuce, and I think it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm just set this aside. Here I have ketchup and mustard, which is royal icing. And then I have some red buttercream to help me stick these layers together. Dropped a spatula, but I found a new one. We're all good. Okay, so first I'm going to do a little dab of buttercream to stick on my bottom patty. Okay. Next patty up, I'm gonna do more buttercream. And we have a patty that's slightly bigger than the bottom bun, but what other way should a patty be, right? Okay, so to get my fondant to stick, I need a better brush. Just gonna do a little bit of water. Nothing real technical here. Okay, cheese. So now I'll get my ketchup and mustard ready. I'm going to use this royal icing, ketchup and mustard, to stick my other toppings on. A couple reasons. This will run better than buttercream and look more like realistic ketchup and mustard. And also royal icing dries hard, so it's perfect to stick on these heavy pieces like the tomatoes on so they don't just slide off. I'm really not going for precision here. I'm just gonna kinda, and I'm only gonna do, royal icing dries pretty fast, so I'll only do a part at a time so that it doesn't dry while I'm putting my stuff on. So this first layer is going to have tomatoes and onions. Oh, wait on that one. Okay, so now, oh, got one more onion. All right, I'm gonna kind of fill this hole with buttercream because we don't want the patty on top to cave in. So we've got to kind of make it level, close to level anyway. All right, next patty. All right, and I can see a lot of the pieces got sort of hidden, so I'm just going to carefully pull these pieces out. Because we didn't do all this work for it to all be hidden. So to prepare for this cake, because I've never made a 3D hamburger, I started like I usually start cakes, which is Google imaging cakes like it. So I just Google image hamburger cake to get some ideas, how they did theirs, what I should do differently. And then I watched a couple YouTube tutorials on it, which was really handy. Okay, and I've got one more. Got some overzealous ketchup here, spreading on my onions. Okay, so I'm gonna do another piece of cheese here. Got more water. Alright, it's got to be opposite of that one. And since this one was shorter, a little bit smaller, I'm just going to kind of pull it. This one pulled too hard. Fix this. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing, except this time it's going to be lettuce. And this should go on pretty quickly. I'm going to go ahead and go all around. Okay, again, this is wafer paper lettuce, so totally edible. And now that I know better, I'm going to put it right on this edge coming off so you can see it. So I watched a tutorial on YouTube on how to make this lettuce. It's pretty cool, I think. I like this piece, like that front. Thank you, Loretta. It's not real onions and lettuce, Lee. It is sugar onions and lettuce and tomatoes. Okay, last piece right here. All right, last layer. Going to do buttercream. Okay, there we have it. A giant hamburger. So what I'm going to do after the live is I'm going to pipe some little sesame seeds on top here. And then, hold on. I'm also going to stick on some sugar cookie fries that I made. Those are going to take a little bit. I'm going to very strategically place them, but you can go ahead and see these are sugar cookies. So these are going to be kind of piled up here on the plate. And then I'll have a little container somewhere that I'm going to squeeze some red buttercream so it'll look like ketchup. So you've got your hamburger, fries, and ketchup too. So yeah, let's see if you can get a little closer look here. I don't want to tilt it too much. Wouldn't want these layers to start flying around. Thank you, Livy. So this is our double patty cheeseburger, all completely cake and sugar, and very heavy. All right, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to do some final details, like I said, and then I will post a picture later on my page. Make sure you share the video, please, bottom left, and also, what is it called when you follow someone so that they are notified when I post videos? That thing. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.